In this video, I want to give you 7 tips how to be successful as a reseller in 2023. If you're new to reselling, before you start watching this video, I'm going to link a video down below. It is our one that shares how to start reselling. So before you watch this one, make sure you check that one out. If you're new to our channel, I'm Liz, one half of the Freeway Flippers. I'm a full-time reseller with my husband, Casey. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any more videos. Hit the like button, help us out. Leave a comment down below if you have a tip for reselling. So let's get into this video. All right, so one of the tips I have to be successful in 2023 as a reseller, I think this year is going to be the year of the niche. And the reason I say that, I know I have suggested in past videos that if you're new, definitely go around and see what sells. Go around your house, check out what items sell well, but I think really in this year especially, it's going to be very important to find a niche, especially if you want to transition from part-time reselling to full-time reselling. The best way to scale a reselling business is to have a niche. One of the things when you're scaling, if you have a specific niche, let's say you sell only shoes and that's going to be your niche. You only want to be a shoe reseller. Well, the more you are niched down in a category, the more familiar you're going to get with it. You're going to be faster with sourcing. You're going to be faster with photographing. You know exactly how to photograph the items. You're going to have the setup. You're going to know how much prep time to get the item ready if it sells, what size boxes you're going to have to use, what packing supplies, and when you're shipping, it's going to be a system that you're going to have in place and you're just going to be faster at it. So finding a niche, I think, is going to be very important. I know there's other resellers that have put out videos talking exactly why they have gone from an everything seller to a niche seller. And I think in 2023, that's definitely going to help you be really successful. The second tip I have, which I just started doing, and I just put out a video about my experience, but I think to be successful, you really should think about cross-posting your items. I think as a reseller, it can be very overwhelming. You start with one platform, try to master it, get a bunch of listings up, but then those listings are sitting. So why just let them sit? You've already photographed them, you've created the listing. Why not take those listings and put them on multiple platforms? Get your items in front of as many eyes as you can. You'd be surprised the items that we had listed on eBay that I was like, no way are they gonna sell on Poshmark, and they sold. So I really think cross-posting is going to be very helpful. It's going to help you increase sales. And then really you're going to learn what items sell better on each platform. Third tip to be successful at reselling is going to be create organizational processes. So like I said in tip number 1, where you find a niche, if you're selling shoes, get some shoe racks. Have it to where when you list an item, you put it in a specific spot on a shoe rack. You know where that item's going to be when you need to pull it. You have a specific SKU for that shoe. So really thinking of those types of things. Also having a designated area to list. That's very helpful. That way you're not having to tear down something, put something back up, and that just takes time, and it's another task that you have to do in order to get to the task at hand, which is listing. Have a good organized inventory system, use bins, like I said, the shoe rack, just have a good place for inventory. Make it easier to find those items. And then when it comes to shipping, have an organized shipping supply area. You don't have to search for a certain size box. You have them in order. You keep all the like size boxes together. You have all your poly mailers together. And then really just thinking of ways that you can make these types of reselling tasks organized and more efficient. The fourth tip I have is automate or outsource certain things. When we started selling on Poshmark, I had no clue that the Posh love was sharing is caring and how much sharing we were going to have to do. You have to share people's items. You have to share your own items, and it became very overwhelming for me. That specific task of sharing the closets and all that was something that I just don't have the time to do. I'm a busy person. I've got other tasks that I need to do. So if somebody has software to make your life easier, automate and outsource. That could be cross-listing software, or for Poshmark, the Posher VA, where you pay $25 per month and you can have them do the sharing for you. And you can set up times where your items are shared. That's taking tasks off of your list. Maybe you're a part-time reseller and you have a full-time job. You probably definitely don't have the time to sit around and share people's closets. I'm all about finding those types of softwares or tasks that I can outsource and not have on my list of things to do. The fifth tip I have for being successful as a reseller: networking and connecting with other resellers. If you're new to the channel, I am also a co-host of a reselling podcast. It's called Paycheck to Daycheck Reselling Podcast. I will link the podcast down below. We also post all of our podcasts on YouTube. I'll link that down below as well. But if you have watched any of them, we've had a guest on. Her name is Melissa. She was on the podcast talking about balancing mom life and being a full-time reseller, and she is local. I met her for coffee one day. We connected on Instagram and we have been friends ever since. We see each other outsourcing, and it has been so unbelievably refreshing and helpful to have somebody like that around. Because when you are reselling, not everybody understands you. Some people don't understand what it takes to resell. There's lots of changes that go on. The best things that you can do is do that, because they can also help you be accountable with certain things. They can share, new software that they use or new updates to a platform. So really just being around other resellers will motivate, they'll inspire you, and you're probably going to learn a lot of new things. So definitely look around your area, see what other resellers are out there, and maybe start meeting with some of them, or just connect with them just generally on social media. That is also helpful. The sixth tip that I have, which I know I am guilty of: be more productive with your time. For me, it is very easy to get distracted. Our phone is a blessing. We do business on our phone. You have your platforms, you take your photos, you list your items on your phone, you look up items to resell on your phone. However, your phone can be a huge distraction. So one thing you can always do is turn off all of the notifications. So when you're taking photos, you're listing, you're not distracted by any notifications that pop up. Set time limits for things. I'm going to go sourcing for 3 hours and stick to it. Schedule blocks of time for your tasks. Maybe you're going to go in and you're going to list from 10 to 2 every single day. And that's the time that you know that you are going to devote to listing. So sometimes we get overwhelmed with how many items we have to list. What I found is to be more productive is to schedule those times during the week. So make sure that you're not feeling like you have to go in every single day and list. Maybe pick a couple days where you know you have a block of time where you can go in and devote to photographing and listing. And then that way, the other days, you get a break from doing that. So really, it's thinking of ways that you can be more productive, and definitely by being more productive and more time conscious with the tasks that you're doing. The last tip I have for you, tip number 7 on being successful in 2023 as a reseller, is to set goals. Have an action plan. Whether those are daily, weekly, monthly, yearly goals, it's the beginning of a new year. It's 2023. Now is your opportunity to start fresh. Come up with goals that you want to have during the week. Maybe you want to list X amount of items. Maybe you have a budget to spend on inventory and you want to reach that goal. So really coming up with a plan that is specific to your business and then writing it down. Maybe you're going to put it on a spreadsheet on the computer. Maybe you're going to write it in a notebook. Maybe you're going to have a vision wall of some of the goals that you have. Whatever it is, start now, and having goals are things that you can then look back on, figure out, did I reach that goal? Why did I reach it? Why did I not reach it? But if you are just starting to resell and you have no goals, then what are you working towards? So definitely set goals, know how you can achieve them, and then set time limits on when you want to achieve them. All right, so here's the 7 tips I have for being a successful reseller in 2023. If you have any other tips, please leave them in the comments down below. I love reading all the different things that people leave on our YouTube videos. They are very helpful to me. And it also makes me think we are such a good reselling community, and between Freeway Flippers and the Reselling podcast, I just love being part of the reselling community. So definitely leave a comment, subscribe to our channel. Till the next video, I'll catch you on the flip.